What's up? This is a special episode of Shea Butter Chanel. Got nothing to do with the lessons, but I felt a certain urging to share my thoughts now. Today is the morning of November 6, 2024. I'm just going to spill how I feel about this whole election situation. I'm probably going to piss some people off, but I don't care because this is my channel. I'm a 46-year-old woman. You can't peer pressure me. Random thoughts in no particular order. I knew. I said, listen, Miss Kamala, that woman wasn't going to win this daggone election. She was not going to win. Something about her, when the moment when they announced her as the candidate for the Democratic Party, and all of the sorority people went full-fledged, that whole thing for me just really, I just felt like it was almost like when I ran for homecoming queen my senior year of high school. It felt like a very adult homecoming queen. People like, oh, chucks and pearls and all of that. And I just felt like just that that being like, you know, the support system. I know, like, no shade to her sorority organization affiliation, but I just felt like, I said, they over there chucking and pearling and stuff like that. I said, but that Negro that nigga Donald Trump, listen, what they call the super PAC, I don't profess to know the inner workings of how stuff get done, but I was like, chucking and pearling versus that man's pool, I didn't, on the aesthetics, I just felt like it was a game. I don't love her or hate her. I mean, I know people would assume, as a 46-year-old black woman in America, I should have been campaigning for her. I don't campaign for nobody. Let me be clear. I don't campaign, and I did vote. It ain't your business who I voted for. But I'm just thinking about the circus that is politics in our country, and I just looked at it, and I just could never get with it. I just was like, no. It just didn't represent. And to be honest, and you know, this might play into how, you know, women in leadership and authority are perceived, and men's ability to take instruction from women. That is still very real. I see it on my job with people who are in leadership that are women, and the way men regard them. I felt that still, even in 2024, the United States of America, as a whole, not just men, but even women, we're not ready for a woman to be the leader of the free world. They weren't ready for a woman, much less in a woman with an ounce of blackness in her. I think people most definitely voted for opposite of her, possibly because of that alone. They just could not wake up to an America that is literally ran, or at least has the face of ultimate leadership. Not. So I am not surprised that Donald Trump won. Not at all. With his connects and everything. And then here's another thing I just perceived. Whenever I saw her speaking or anything, nothing about her made me feel confident. And I hate that for us as women, that people want us to be soft. But if we want to be in leadership, and if we assert our authority and we lead what 10 toes down, as you like to say, it's like we can't win for losing. And I just didn't have a bunch of confidence in the persona that she gave. I know people have chided and said Michelle Obama for president. And I don't ride that train either. But I will say, if from what the balance of the way Michelle Obama carried herself, I would feel more confident in the way she comes off, as far as she know how to wear her femininity, but I feel like she knows the perfect mix of, she's got that and so yeah, I never felt confident about Kamala bringing it on in, not by a long shot. Other random thoughts, probably not very popular. You know what also gets me is the fact that the whole campaign of having to corral people to vote is so wild to me. I was sitting on my veranda at 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, and I had a physical rat-a-tat-tat at the front door because people were canvassing Sunday morning to knock on the door to get people to vote. And where in our country, how is it that we have to corral people to vote? It's so corny to me. That's how bad it is. And the fact that it's a big thing to show that you voted. People got their little stickers, I voted. I'm not wearing that, and I'm not posting online that I voted. I feel like as a citizen where in a country where I reside and pay taxes and stuff, it's my right to vote or not to vote. And if your marketing tactics online and on TV and all of that does not work, please don't come knocking on my door begging me to vote. I just think it's so ridiculous that that's the thing, that begging people to vote. It's, you know something, and I'm all over the place, but bear with me. When I saw that some of the all I saw was the Democratic like rallies and things like that, and how they were paying big performers, rappers. I think that Megan girl, Meg Thee Stallion, and some other people, and I don't necessarily agree with having to pay popular or famous people, especially like Meg and them, like what they stand for, what they do, what they talk about. But that's what we gotta do, is hire those people to come out and corral the young people. It's so off the chain to me. Like, where is the line of class and dignity and stuff like that? It looks terrible. It looks terrible. The branding is off to me. It looks like them kowtowing or pandering to a certain population. Like, yeah, if we just give the blacks a good old hoedown, a good old showdown party, they'll go vote because they get to get they party on with the stars. And this, dang, that's what they think of us. Do y'all ever think like this? I don't care. I saw so many people at the convention or a rally in my hometown, Chicago, that were performing and speaking, and it was like a big mega thing to say. People were posting that they attended, or the performers. There were people that I like some of their entertainment. I think Common performed, Jonathan McReynolds, and I just feel like it's the fact that you have to entertain people to participate in their civic duty. It almost reminds me of churches who water down the word, who have a bunch of stuff going on during the service. And I used to go to a mega church like that, where we had different dance ministries that perform. Matter of fact, I was in leadership at it was like the performing arts ministry and stuff, and we did acting during the sermon and all that. And I feel like all of those bells and whistles, but if people cannot just come hear the word, for the pure word, for the gospel, then we are doing it wrong. And I feel like that kind of thought has transferred over into the politics area, and it's trash. It's trash. So am I concerned about this man being in power? I'm not concerned which way it go. Because as a believer, King Jesus is still on the throne. Nobody's in authority without the God Almighty allowing it. So don't be bent out of shape because whoever y'all voted for didn't make it. I ain't crying over it. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna still treat people right. I'm not gonna make no assumptions. It's so funny because the the sweater that I pulled on today says Black, Blessed, and Woke. And you know what? I actually hate the woke part or whatever because the connotation that it's taken on. So, but I like the shirt. Like it was easy to put on. It's colorful, and I just threw it on. But I think it's interesting. I am wearing this the day after the election, and I'm pretty sure people will make their assumptions about me. But I don't care. But yeah. Listen, holla back. Do y'all feel the same? Do y'all feel like it's corny that we got to go through all this propaganda to corral people to vote? What are your thoughts about, Kamala's presentation throughout the entire campaign? This is America. This is America. Yeah. The rant over. I hope I hit all the things that were bubbling in my mind. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna close out with this, because people were thinking about, make sure y'all stock up and be prepared to hunker down in your house because chaos gonna break out if certain people don't get elected to the presidency and all this kind of stuff or whatever. And so, I had one theory. I called my sister late last night when I wasn't even trying to follow the election, but I was surfing on YouTube and the little lives were popping up, and I looked at the little map. I said, the whole damn United States is really red now. I said, he's going to win. And then I thought to myself, I said, well, if I remember right, the Electoral College makes the decision for the vote. I said, listen, they could truly put anybody they want in office. Let's be clear. The selection's already been made. That's my conspiracy theory. And I think if there was a selection process outside of our very important vote, there was a selection process. They probably went with Trump because they didn't want civil chaos to break out. They know that man didn't get in office. His ilk, them people would have been setting things on fire. We wouldn't listen. I wouldn't even be in my car waiting for Pop Shelf to open up. I'd be in the crib because they'd be setting some things off. That's my conspiracy theory. Listen, just humor me. Go be great. Have a good one.